Speaking of pretty slow as they come down, if anyone was watching to the north, the Caribou that was coming down was the helicopter with that head.
They're a terrific aircraft. We've used those in jumping quite a lot. Quite a safety risk if you engage in that activity. We'd appreciate it if you didn't do that. A reminder too that the Aviatex Expo is over at the back of the airfield today. Make sure that you head over there and really take in everything about aviation, not just the flying displays. And of course, here at the Illawarra Regional Airport, even if you move away from the flight line, you can still get a great view of the aerial displays while you're taking in around the place. We have a number of children's charities here today as well, and we know they'd certainly appreciate it.
Throughout the display, ladies and gentlemen, the wingmen are only flying 2 to 3 metres from the aircraft next to them, and they're using visual references off the lead aircraft to line themselves up to maintain their perfect formation position. We don't have any autopilots or computers in the cockpit helping us pilots, so it's all very instinctive, and it does take quite a bit to work the pilots up to train them to the standards to be able to do the display today.
So 5 aircraft, 1 pilot.
That's right.
And as we said yesterday, the PC-9A is very
sensitive aircraft. So throughout the display, anytime there's a power change, the guys are having to change not only the control inputs to maintain the aircraft position, but also the rudder position.
I was told by one of your members once that the performance characteristics of this aircraft are as close as they can get to actually flying a Mustang.
That would sound very likely. Obviously, it's got a high power to weight ratio, so it is a high performance aircraft, and that's why we use it for our advanced training in pilot training. Some people don't realise this. These aircraft are exactly the same aircraft that we use here in Western Australia, and we also use these aircraft during the week for the flying instructor course, which is based at Central Flying School. It's also the same unit the roulettes are part of.
That's based out there, so.
That's correct. So we're down in Gippsland in Victoria, about 3 hours driving east of Melbourne.
And there's also a couple of them up at Williamstown being used to do all the tasks you have to do while also flying.
That's right, and you consider the PC-9 is a basic aircraft. There's no real age for the pilot to do that, so there's quite a few things we have to think about. So throughout the display today, ladies and gentlemen, the pilots are pulling up to 6G, that's 6 times the force of gravity. When you consider that each pilot has a G-suit, a SECMA and a helmet, so fully kitted 100 kilograms, they are filling upwards of 600 kilograms of another Eagle flight pass. Like number 6 on the outside, very difficult line of rest position. Throughout this, they have to turn their head 90 degrees while maintaining the aircraft in that perfect positioning. Instructors, as well as the various other courses that we run at the Central Flying School.
Yeah, I remember Ben Cartwright, one of your predecessors. He was Roulette 7 and then went on to the tankers.
That's right, he certainly did, and now he's doing commentary roles, same as you guys. He was commentating at the Over Illawarra Air Show earlier this year. Throughout the display, ladies and gentlemen, the roulette leader is calling all the information changes over the radio, and it's a corkscrew in a big formation with roulette leader flying inverted. The other members of the team that we have with us today is roulette number 2. That's Flight Lieutenant Jonathan Morgan. He's actually in his 6th season as a roulette wingman. And check the instructors in every single one of our operational units to make sure that instructions are up to standard.
You know, Ando, I'm thinking you and I should probably go for a ride with the guys so we can do better commentary with Ash.
It would certainly be a good way to learn the routine, wouldn't it?
That'd be the best way to learn the routine.
Now, although this is their bread and butter, flying as instructors all the time, to become accustomed to the actual routine.
And as you can see, the wingman executing those rollbacks exactly on Dan's command. That title goes to the Red Sails. They were formed in 1962, flying the Vampire aircraft. In 1963, they were then reformed as the Telestars, and we actually got there's an example of a Vampire done up in Telstar colours here, so go and check that out. And then in 1970, the Roulettes were formed, also flying the Mackie aircraft. They re-equipped the PC-9 in 1988, and we will transition over to the PC-21 at some stage in the next few years.
Now, with regard to the new guys that come into the team,
every display is slightly different, and there's a lot of considerations that go into each and every display.
I believe the guys in the aerobatics crew call it the chicken dance when they're walking around on the ground.
Well, that's a new term to me, but it certainly seems quite relevant.
That's what I've been hearing a little lately.
We do have a Air Force page, if anybody, sorry, a website if anybody. And you can see during this manoeuvre, roulette 2 and roulette 3 having to fly again that very difficult line of rest formation.
It must cause a bit of disturbance to your inner ear when you're looking your head sideways while doing a loop and so on.
It's certainly something you got to get used to, that's for sure.
Cross runway to where they've been parked all day. But give them a big one, giving us a lot of good information. They're huge, but similar to watching
PC-9 on steroids.
It's like
Come a long way around Australia to be here at Wings over the Illawarra.